Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Psych Fits. Today we're going to talk about the man, B.F. Skinner. B.F. Skinner and what he did, something called schedules of reinforcement. Let's take a look at the slide. There it is. Schedules of reinforcement, B.F. Skinner. Learning target. I can describe the outcome of behavior using the concept of schedules of reinforcement. Skinner is the man. I'm telling you, Skinner did a lot. And this is one of the things that really explains behaviorism and how to change behavior and manipulate behavior and how your behavior might be done. My goal is for you to be able to pick out schedules in your life and of other people around you. So there are two terms we need to talk about with schedules of reinforcement. The first one is ratio. Ratio means behavior. It means the rat must bar press in order to get the reward. Here's my rat, and my rat comes over, he presses a bar, we'll use a bell, and he gets a reward because he does that. That is ratio. Notice the word rat is in ratio. That should help you remember the rat must bar press in order to get a reward. Interval means time. Time is interval. So you have to be careful with those two terms. If you know those two terms, ratio being behavior, interval being time, we're going to be all set. So let's take a look at the four types of schedules of reinforcement that Skinner talks about. The first one is called fixed ratio. When you shape an animal, when you shape somebody's behavior, you're using a fixed ratio schedule, or what's called a continuous schedule. Fixed ratio means that the behavior must be done a certain number of times to get a reward. So the rat comes in, he's shaped to press the bar and get a reward, press the bar and get a reward. Then the rat learns that maybe every fourth one, each 0 represents a bar press, each X represents a reward. So the rat will eventually start to get his reward. Yeah, they kind of count. So the question is, what in your life is on a fixed ratio schedule? And actually, it's kind of tough to pick things out sometimes. The Subway restaurants used to have a card, and if you buy 6 coffees or 6 sandwiches, you get a free sandwich. And that's a fixed ratio. You do 6 types of behaviors, you get something. Piecework is where people worked in factories, and it wasn't quality work, it was quantity work. And the more they did, the more they got paid. They got paid by the number of things they built, whether it was cars in the 70s that were not very good, or delivering newspapers or anything like that. It's piecework. You do piece by piece, putting things together. And you can do 8 hours of work in 5 hours if you work fast enough. Commission works that way. Sell a house, get a commission. Sell a car, get a commission. That's how commission works. You do something, you get a reward. Now, when you sell it is not fixed ratio, and that's part of the confusion. So let's go to the next slide and see what happens when you try to sell a car. Variable ratio is what happens when you're trying to make a sale. It's the number of required responses. It varies around some average rather than being fixed. So the rat's been trained on a continuous or fixed ratio schedule to get a reward, and then you put him on the variable ratio, and he doesn't know when it's going to happen. Bar press, reward. Reward, reward, reward. And if you go long enough, you get them on a variable schedule, and the rat will be pressing the bar a lot in order to try to get a reward. Examples, any type of gambling. Slot machines are a great example. A slot machine, you put the money in, pull the handle. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Lottery. Bar press, 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 bar press. You might just hear about a reward, somebody winning millions that makes you want to play. Sports. Basketball, they'll tell you the percentage of shots that a player will make. Baseball, the percentage of hitting is really showing variable ratio. Most sales jobs are in fact variable ratio, and good salespeople see no simply as maybe the next one. Hey, let me sell you this nice car. Oh, you know, I can tell you what, let me put new tires on it. It's a convertible, you're going to pick up the chicks. I tell you what do you want to pay per month? No to them just means not yet. Good salespeople, those don't bother them. They keep going because they don't know when they're going to hit a bunch in a row. The behavior is very frantic, and it's no wonder that a lot of sports guys end up being gambling addicts because sports is kind of like gambling anyways. So when you have to do a behavior, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. It's going to be a variable ratio. Next one is going to be fixed interval. And fixed interval means that it's at a preset time. Reinforcement is available at a predetermined time. So maybe you fixed ratio, develop the behavior. You get the rat to press the bar, get a reward, get a bar, press the reward. And then you put them on a 10-second fixed interval schedule. And then what happens is that every 10 seconds he gets a reward. Well, since the rat has learned to bar press, he's going to start bar pressing more heavily toward that time the reward's coming. Because almost the bar press or the bell becomes a reward. So as time goes by, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reward. It gets excited. Here comes my reward. Yes. Examples. Bells at school. If you're on a 50-minute day clock, as it gets near the time for you to go to your next class, you get excited and line up at the door for more education, I hope. So school bells ring whether you're there or not. Hourly pay. Anybody making any hourly pay? Sometimes you bar press, sometimes you don't. You're still getting paid the same. And somebody might be bar pressing more than you, yet you still get paid the same. Yearly salary, holidays, birthdays, same time every year, whether you want them or not. They keep happening. Trust me, they've kept happening. So let's go to the final one. The final one is variable interval. In a variable interval, the time at which a reinforce will be available varies around some average rather than being fixed. So you train them again on a fixed ratio, continuous schedule, and then you put on a variable interval schedule. And maybe it's 3 seconds, 12 seconds, 7 seconds, 25 seconds. The rat starts out being kind of frantic, but it can get into superstitious behavior. It might turn around for it at one time and get a reward and forget about the bar pressing and just start superstitious type of behavior. Nothing to do with your behavior. Things like weather, earthquakes, phone calls, lightning delays, rain delays, snow days. No matter what type of snow dance you do, you might not have a snow day. That's superstitious behavior. So those are the 4 different types. The strongest one that's best to resist extinction is, in fact, variable ratio. That's why gambling is so hard to stop. There you go. Schedules of reinforcement. Apply them to your life. Good luck.